Hello book besties, welcome to my channel and welcome to our very first episode of the Hate Reader Chronicles featuring myself and the ever so lovely Megan. This is a new series where we are going to talk about popular books that we hate read, essentially. Yeah, do you want to introduce yourself a little bit more?
Sure. I'm Megan. I'm Maddie's sister-in-law, and sometimes I hate popular books, and that's just how it is.
And then she makes me read them.
Well, okay, here's the thing. I don't make you read them. I'm just like, hey, Maddie, I didn't like this book. And then you're like, I'm going to subject myself to this. I warned you.
You made me read Silver Elite.
I did not make you.
You're like, you have to read this.
No.
No, yeah, that's literally how it went.
I was like, I hated this book. Maybe I did say that.
I could have sworn you were like, you have to read this book. And I was like, why not?
Now that you say that. And I'm like, wait. I think I did say that.
Yeah.
Okay, I take it back.
Yeah.
I do make you read the books that I hate. Well, it's because I know that you'll have the same opinion, I think.
For the most part,
Yeah.
Sometimes we have a difference in opinions. So Megan does have another podcast YouTube channel with her husband, my brother, but she is the cooler half of it, called Anime Core. If you guys are interested in anything anime related, go check that out. I think it's entertaining. It is on YouTube and Spotify, depending on which form you like more, and I will link it down below. So
thanks, buddy.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so the book we're going to be talking about today is the infamous Silver Elite by Danny Francis. This book follows
Ren.
I feel like
He's
I have
a character.
such a hard time explaining this book to people. Ren is special. She's not like other girls.
She's not like other
not.
girls. She's not.
She's modified, so she has telepathy powers, and she is forced to join the Silver Bloc, which is the government military trying to hunt down the Mons. Somehow, you know, she gets in that situation somehow.
She does.
Don't really
She does indeed.
know how that happened, but she did, and then she falls in love with her commander, naturally.
Oh my gosh, gasp.
Who would have thought? So that's basically that book.
She also has an uncle. He's there too.
Jim.
Was it Jim?
Yeah. You have names like Ren and Cross and Kane with an I, and then Jim.
I'm really bad with names.
Oh, this will be fun.
So,
then. No, I am too. We're gonna start off with our first category, which is, so what was the plot again? Because as you can tell, we're still not sure, and we read this book.
We did read this book.
I think when I was reading this book, I often forgot about what the plot was even supposed to be. I think plot was sacrificed for romance.
100%. Which, like, romance?
Which we'll get into my opinion on the romance in the book at some point in this video, I swear. But it was, so I'd be reading it and be like, so what was supposed to be happening in the first place? Because like, you get to a point where you're just going along and I don't know, it felt very Wattpad-y.
Yeah.
And like you have the basic premise and then they just like do things within that, like day-to-day things where it's like, oh my gosh, he looked at me.
Yeah, that's so true because I think it got to like after she like took the motorcycle out. It was like after that there was like no more plot. So as like a little bit of background to the plot, as Maddie said, in this world there are people who have like mind abilities and there's like a subset of like certain abilities, and then people who can't read minds. And the people who can read minds are being hunted down for their abilities because they're dangerous, blah, blah, blah. There's also a resistance movement happening of mods in Ren's hometown and across this world. But anyway, big plot point at the beginning is that her uncle, who raised her from day one, gets captured by the Ordinaries. I don't know what they are.
Oh my gosh, yeah, they had like,
They had a name. So he gets captured because he originally was part of that resistance movement.
Which is like never explained.
Right. Next book though. Spoilers for Silver Elite, by the way, if you have not read it.
Yeah, this video will contain spoilers. So if you haven't read it, you know what? Keep watching anyways.
It's full of fair warnings, truly. So he gets captured and then executed. And then after the execution, they take Ren in for questioning because they were like, did you know who your uncle was? And she was like, no, I did not. And then like this one like mod commander chick who's like on the side of the people hunting mods down and is like the strongest mod, tries to like read her mind, but like Ren blocks her out. And then Ren gets invited to join the Silver Block and starts training with them. And that's all I know.
That was like the main premise of the plot is Ren's uncle dies horrifically in front of her. And she has to join Silver Block for what godforsaken reason, I don't know. Yeah. The regular people are called the Primes.
Ah, that's weird. I never thought about that a lot.
Yeah, I feel like everything in the beginning is just like thrown at your face. Like, here's what's happening. Like, here's what we're doing. And then like in the middle, you're just like, oh, we did this today. And then I slept with Cross. And that was great. And then I thought about how horrible the Primes are, but guys, they're my friends now. Yeah. And then like the ending started to take place and like the ending got like just like crazy. You're having a bunch of plot twists thrown at you, which I feel like the plot twists are something. I don't think they're really that plot twisty because you get Cross, who turns out to be Ren's best friend that she's only talked to in her mind, Wolf. The reveal with that was like literally so cringy, I feel like, because what was it?
So
she
funny.
Like mentioned something about a dream and he's like, tell me you're joking right now. Like you're joking. How did you hear that?
That you thought it was cringy because I actually thought it was one of the better scenes in the book.
Okay, that's honestly fair. I feel like that reveal, I'm like, okay, fine, like that was decent. Like that was a decent reveal.
I think the reason I like the scene was because that is one of the scenes that Ren actually used the brain that she was given.
That's true. And that Cross actually shows any human emotion.
Oh yeah.
That too.
Other than being broody and tall.
Gotta love the tall and broody.
Yeah. He's also the son of the general that leads like the Prime movement.
Of course. Because why wouldn't he be?
But like no one knows that he's mod, which I will add, important fact about mods is that when they use their abilities, their veins glow silver. Now this was my issue with the execution scene, if you want to talk about that.
Okay, so Ren's not like other girls, okay? She's not like other mods. Her veins don't glow silver somehow, which is never explained. It was literally, that entire thing is just for plot convenience. And then she's like, I'm the only one like this. We don't know why, but I'm the most powerful because of it. And I have the most powers. And then you meet Cross and he's like, oh yeah, my veins don't glow either. So why are these two the only ones whose veins don't glow?
Because they're soulmates.
Don't make me throw up.
They're mates. They're fated.
This book would have made.
Side note, I am wearing my Throne of Glass shirt today.
Are you really?
Yeah. Says to whatever end.
I love it. I should have worn like my Percy Jackson shirt. Oops.
That's okay.
You get my mushroom shirt anyways.
I love it.
But yeah, the whole vein thing was for plot's sake only and made no sense, and there was no thought put behind it other than Danny Francis writing like, oh, they're the only two whose veins don't glow so that they can talk to each other while they're in this like secret, while they're in the military. What about everybody else?
My thing about her uncle's execution was that this man like used his abilities while he was getting executed, and like so his veins were like going off, right?
And everyone could see it.
And Ren is in the crowd and they know that she is his niece. And he's like, you need to run, like I want you to be safe. And it's like, why are you like talking to her then? Like you're putting her at risk.
Who else would he be talking to?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I also feel like the entire thing with Jim, I mean, you're right, it could be explained in the next book, but I feel like it was placed on such a back burner of like his involvement with anything. And like, I feel like Jim, the character as a whole, was just placed on the back burner. And I think they could have established, it could have used like even like a sliver of more establishment of like him telling Ren about like back in the day, or I don't know, because we only see of like he doesn't do missions, or he still does missions. Ren apparently has done a couple of missions for them, but not like good one. I don't
know.
I feel like the entire establishment wasn't as well established as it could have been. Like, I think Danny Francis thinks they did a good job doing it, but I don't think they actually did.
And the other thing about mods, too, not only do their veins glow silver while they're doing their powers, but they also have that red mark.
Yeah, and that was so random. Like, that was not, like, a problem until it was a problem. Yeah. That wasn't even, like, mentioned until she's like, I took away my scar so you can see my mark. And he's like, you dumbass.
Yeah, that was the one thing keeping her safe.
He was like, that. The marks weren't literally a problem until that exact moment. Yep. We see of one mark until that point, and that is the crazy lady has one on her face. But like her best friend, her uncle, Cross, I'm pretty sure doesn't have one.
I don't know. Like,
so what's with the red mark? Is it just for the super powerful? But like.
So, like, her uncle, like, burned this mark off her when she was young to keep her safe. And then, as an act to establish trust with Cross, who is literally another mod, she has it healed while she is in the Silver Elite block, and they literally do physicals and would turn her in. And not a page later did she get discovered by her, like, best friend from the Silver block and turned in. And I was like, oh my gosh, shocker.
Oh my God, didn't see that coming.
Like, Ren is dumb.
So dumb. Can we talk about the silver block thing for a second? Because that plot point was literally the most forced thing I've ever read in my entire life. Why did they throw her in the most elite block?
Because, lest you forget, she's not like other girls.
She's not like other girls.
And she shot that monster, like, in the eye. And Cross saw it when he was visiting her town.
Forbid. Why? It just, like, makes no sense to me. They have this girl who they're like, we need to establish her loyalty. So instead of putting her in, like, some lower military rank where she can do, like, grunge work, she didn't work to her position at all, or at least make her go through trials, whatever the other people did, to have to get to established into each grouping. They just said, you're in silver, congratulations. Everybody else there had to prove themselves to be there, but she was just like, oh, we need to keep an eye on you. I guess you'll go here.
Excuse me?
If it's supposed to be like the most like elite block, you just throw this random prisoner there and call it good.
Whose uncle was technically a traitor to this group.
They can keep an eye on her and literally like, what are they, the copper? Put her in the copper. No one cares.
Oh, did they have another name for it? I don't remember. For, like, the other ranks?
They didn't mention any of the other ranks.
They didn't?
They only mentioned copper and silver, I'm pretty sure.
I don't even remember copper.
That was the one from, like, the guy she hooked up with who was, like, weirdly in love with her at the beginning of the book.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of forgot about him.
Yeah. They don't mention any other thing. So I'm like, is it just copper and silver? Those are two random things to use. What about the rest of them? But yeah, that whole thing of her being put into the silver block of all places, I'm like, that makes no sense. Why'd we do that?
Okay, so the motorcycle scene. So, okay, I want to talk about Ren for a hot second.
We do have a category on her.
Because she flip-flops so much. She's like, the primes are my enemy. And then she's like, oh, but like, what's her face? Like, Liddy. Liddy's like nice and like she's great, right? And like, oh my gosh, like my commander's like hot, but like I need to escape. I need to figure out how to escape. And then she's like, oh, but like my friends. So she flip-flops a lot. That was like part of the book.
Horrible.
And then she doesn't use her brain and just like randomly like steals this motorcycle.
She was so like triggered by this motorcycle too. Because I remember like she sees this motorcycle and she's like, no one's there. It's now or never. And she just like freaks out about this motorcycle more than I've like ever seen. Like, this was the worst reaction to an open motorcycle I've ever seen. It wasn't like, there's a motorcycle, I should go hop on that. No, she's like, guys, this is now or never. Like, there's a motorcycle there, a motorcycle. Okay, calm down.
And then Cross chases her.
Naturally. They talk over the motors somehow.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, how are you guys talking to each other? Like, I feel like you can't even, like, talk on, like, a comm or anything when you're on a motorcycle. Because, like, I don't know if you know, but motorcycles are loud. And when you're on two and you're riding...
That's double loud.
You're not going to hear each other.
Oh, gosh.
Honestly, I can't even remember most of the middle of the book. Because I feel like it was all so, like, plot filler.
So fair. Yeah.
Like, random training things that, like, she was like, oh, I have to fail. And then all of a sudden she's like, guess I get to show how good I am now. And everybody's like,
why did you improve so rapidly?
This is weird.
Yeah.
It is weird. It's suspicious.
Yeah. Although there was that one, the other mod in her, like, unit that got murdered by Cross's half-brother, who, in my hot take of all hot takes, I like him.
You're crazy.
And he's terrible. He's terrible. He's
Horrible
awful.
person.
Terrible character. I like him because you knew what to expect from him.
I mean, that's fair.
Like, he had, like, I think he's the only character in that book that actually had convictions. Were they wrong? Yeah. Is he a terrible person? Absolutely. Yeah. But, like, he actually had convictions where Ren was like, I don't know what side I'm on. And then Cross was like, I'm modified, but I'm just doing what my dad does. Like, can we, like, talk about the fact that he probably hunts down other mods and, like,
we'll
captures
get to that.
them?
We can get to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's horrible.
Wild.
So, the entire middle, there were, like, random things that stick out to me, but for the most part, I feel like it's just a lot of plot filler. And then the ending, I was fairly content with, I guess. The whole them going through the darkness was super rushed. That literally could have been half of the next book, if it's supposed to be as dangerous and cool as she says it is.
But she lived there.
Okay, we'll get to that, because that's one of the stupidest things ever. Like, okay, I guess the ending was a little bit better than the rest of the book, because it establishes some things. But that bar is also so low to where I don't think it means the ending was good by any means. It was just slightly better than the rest of the book. Oh, I hated this book so much. Okay, do you have anything else to say with the plot?
No.
Okay, we're gonna move on to our next category. What world are we in? Where we talk about the world building, because I hate to say it. No, I don't hate to say it. I love to say it, but the world building was so half-assed. Again, this was another major thing that was put on the back burner for the sake of romance, which, if you're writing a dystopian or even a fantasy world, you don't put world building and plots on the back burner for, like, anything else. Okay? Those are baseline things that need to be established for your reader to know what's going on. But not for Danny Francis. That's basically my first note. Like, you have to spend, like, you have to spend at least some screen time explaining it. Like, you don't have to spend a lot of time, but it feels like Danny Francis throws just a lot of things in your face, especially a lot of dystopian terms. I feel like she throws at your face, like things you see from classic dystopians. Like, she will mention primed and modified and other random things that are always capitalized that she never explains unless it's, like, super random fleeting moment. And then I'm like, hey, why is this word capitalized? Why does she capitalize every other word?
Or I feel like I'll just be reading something and then they're just like, oh, so we went to, like, this city and did this thing. And you're like, what is that?
Even looking at the map.
Where is that?
I was like, nothing on this map makes sense. Like, geographically? Thank you. Yeah. Geographically, nothing makes sense. Like, reading it and then looking at the map, it made me more confused. So I'm like, how'd you go just casually from, like, here to here?
Because, like, she got to the capital so quick.
Yeah.
From her town. I don't think I ever actually looked at the map.
I did.
I'm proud of you.
I hated that experience. Made it worse.
Should have looked at the map.
Yeah, she just skips over everything to get to the hot people.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is. She just was like, oh, here's some world building. Anyways, this is sexy, guys. Look how sexy this is. Okay.
That's so true. Yeah. I feel like, it would have been cool if she added some, like, additional dystopian elements, like, really kind of sci-fi. Like, I feel like she had a chance to with, like, the airplanes or, like, helicopters and, like, I feel like when you watch a futuristic movie, you kind of see those things.
Things are cool.
Like, things are cool. And that's just, like, a very little nitpick, but...
Yeah. I think she could also spend some time showing, like, the poverty of where Ren lives. She mentions it, like, slightly, barely passing, I think. But, like, you guys probably live in this small village with this, like, evil government that is kind of narcissistic. So you're gonna experience poverty and, like, people are gonna be ill and, like, people are gonna die because of, like, low living. So what?
That's true.
No, they live contently. She lives on a farm and
she's a horse girl.
She is a horse girl. Dear Lord, I forgot about that.
Anyway, I mean, you bring up a good point, though. I never thought about it like that. But, like, if you think about the Hunger Games, and this might be because of the movies, because they were great, you know exactly how District 12 looks. And you know exactly, like, who's in the Capitol, what they look like, what the Capitol looks like what the setting you're walking into is. Like, you can picture that so clearly, or just get the vibe so clearly based on even dialogue. But, like, you're right. This didn't really have that. I know there was, like, an inn.
That was cool.
A store, I think. Isn't that where her friend worked?
No, her friend worked at the inn.
Was it at the inn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Literally, her farm and the inn are literally the only two places mentioned from where she's from.
There's tunnels.
There are tunnels. They talk about that once, twice, when it's convenient. It's like, also the map is like a half-drowned United States.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So can we talk about
I never looked at this map.
The US?
Little fake reader over here.
Because that's never... Okay, why are you not loading? Anyways, you get the gist. It's the United States.
I think she also mentions other countries, does she not?
Does she?
I think she does.
That would be random.
I'm gonna be sad if I, like, am misremembering, which would not be the first time.
You know, that's okay.
A little unreliable memory over here. I'm fairly certain that she does.
It's fine not mentioning other countries if you want to focus on the world that you're currently in, but it's also better to acknowledge the world as a whole and, like, how things play together. Like, Legend does a really good job of establishing, like, the current place, and then the next book establishes both halves of, like, the border and what used to be the US, and then it establishes the other countries. Like, that's really well done, I think. But Danny Francis doesn't even establish the current society, the continent, I think they call it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Which is cool name for something, I guess. Just call it what it is. It's a continent, so we're gonna call it the continent.
Groundbreaking.
Oh my gosh, guys.
Truly.
Never seen anything like that before in my life. Anyways, on to the next point of the modified. This really irked me, and I feel like this may have irked me for no reason, and that's valid, but it irked me because, like, you call a group of people modified, my immediate reaction is that they're a group of people that were, like, genetically enhanced somehow.
That's a good point.
And these people they just got a disease that is never explained. They just said there's a disease that wipes through and gave people powers.
I guess it's like, are they like genetically modified, but, like, naturally? Did she say how it happened?
She just said it was a disease.
Oh, she did. Okay.
Like, that was the only thing that was mentioned. Like, it just, like, threw me off a lot. So I'm like, you say someone's modified, I'm gonna assume they were, like, a science experiment.
Well, but some of them are.
Well, yeah.
We find that out, too. That's another plot
really
point.
Random. Which makes sense. But, like, the whole modified in general, I think, were really underdeveloped because in the beginning, I just assumed that, like, they all just had telepathy.
Mm-hmm.
And then you find, like, oh, like, they might have, like, some other powers. And then, like, it randomly established that there's, like, 5 or 6 categories of modified. And, like, Ren's half of them.
Yeah.
And none of it's established. I just assume they
Yeah.
all have telepathy. And I'm like, ooh, scary.
Because she can, like, change people's thoughts, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which, like, I understand a government being scared of that.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, in the beginning, it doesn't seem like that's what it is. She's like, they hate us.
Yeah.
I communicated with my best friend in my mind. They hate us.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
you can, like, make people do stuff. Telepathy.
There's empaths, which that's not really a scary ability. Sorry, but you can feel how people are feeling.
Yeah.
Some people do that in today's world. Congrats, they're called empaths. We're all mods, guys.
We're all mods. At the end of the day.
At the end of the day, we're all just mods. Yeah, I do think she needed to establish more on that disease. I think of the Silver Elite. That's not it. I think of the Young Elite by Marie Lu. In that book, there is a disease that gave people powers. And it's kind of the opposite effect in that book than this book, in which that, like, the people with powers, like, become, like, obviously the most powerful, but, like, they still experience some discrimination, which, like, makes sense. But, like, that disease is even, it's not even, like, super explained, but it's better plotted out than whatever this was, where they're like, got a disease. I'm like, did you get the disease, or did your parents get, how did this end up, how did we end up right at this point, and when did these powers start popping up?
Right.
Apparently, the past government was run by mods,
Yep.
which was mentioned a couple of times. I just don't know how we got there.
Right.
Nothing's ever really explained. Oh yeah, another point. If they're being hunted or killed, why are there so many?
There are a lot.
Like,
there really are.
so many. The silver block sucks.
They are really bad at their jobs.
So bad.
Like, there's a whole resistance movement happening.
And they're doing great.
Yeah. And then you have people just hiding in plain sight. Also, oh no, she was a spy for the resistance. I was like, why was that? Was it like Bianca? I want to say her name was Bianca.
I don't think it was Bianca.
It started with a B, right?
Maybe.
Oh gosh. I told you I'm bad with names.
No, so am I. This is bad. You should not be paired together.
I was like, why was she there? But she was a spy for the resistance because she was also a mod.
Which is crazy. And then they're like, why'd we send in an empath? Why did you send in an empath?
Yeah,
that was
that's on
such
you.
a dumb decision. There are so many mods, and like, how did they even get them into Silver Block if they're supposed to be the best hunters in the world?
Well, it's because they're only primes. So, also, okay, low-key though, I know like Cross is a mod, and technically like his job would be hunting down other mods. Like, shouldn't he like be really good at it? But I guess if no one knows he's a mod, then he doesn't really have like an excuse to like be good at it.
But like, he's a general's son, so I feel like he would be really good at it even if he wasn't a mod.
Like, I feel like he just buys into the mentality
I
so
feel like
much.
he also like, I try not to kill them. But you have. You've killed them before. Can we dive in? Like, you are a horrible person. Sorry. There's also, I feel like, a lot of forced diversity into this world. And I bring up this one very specific line that stood out to me.
Oh gosh.
Where Ren thinks, she's like looking at a group of primes, and she thinks they're a diverse group when it comes to skin and hair color, but to me, they're all the same. Every single one of them is my enemy. That was not needed in the slightest. Just the way that she was like, they're diverse, guys. Guys, look, there's different skin colors. There's different kinds of people there. But they all suck. So, it doesn't matter.
Dang.
What?
Yeah.
What? Yeah, it feels like Danny Francis was just trying to get a couple of points.
Yeah. I feel like that's an issue with a lot of books now.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah.
Okay. Next is going to be our favorite category, I think. And that is, what's wrong with Ren?
So much.
Everything. She really was a definition of, I'm not like other girls.
She's not like other girls. You know why? Because she, like, had a hookup at the beginning of the book. That is how we meet her. And then
Congrats.
This was diabolical to me. She gets into the Silver Block, and then she's like, oh, like, I don't have a bed. Because they're trying to, like, figure out, like, who the person So they like purposely give the recruits one less bed than what's needed because they're weeding out like the weak, I think.
Yeah.
And like they're like, who would give up their bed? And like no one gave up their bed because she crawled in bed with Cain. And I was like, you don't even know him.
Like, at least sleep with Liddy.
Yeah.
I would sleep with Liddy. I'd be like, hey, can I share your bed for the night? And she'd be like, oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah. Diabolical.
What a horrible person.
But like,
she like led him on the entire book.
100%. 100%.
Like, literally the entire, every second, she was like flirting and stuff with him. Yeah. And I feel like he's like, I know this is fake, but like, if you ever want it to not be fake.
Yeah, like, I don't mind the fake banter. I think for me, it was that one scene where he was like teaching her how to shoot. And I was like, oh, so like, we're making him a second male lead. But then that never, like, nothing happened after that scene between the two of them. Shut up. Nothing.
That was.
But I was like, oh my gosh, they have so much chemistry. And then I was like, oh, so like, yeah.
She is super fancy, okay? Because, oh my gosh, I just have a list of like, I have a lot of quotes from the book that I highlighted in this section. Okay.
They're so funny.
By the time I was 6 years old, I was an expert in survival. Have you ever met a 6-year-old in your life? Please, have you? They're dumb. I don't. And like, granted, she was like in a traumatic situation, and a 6-year-old in a traumatic situation is gonna behave a lot differently. Mm-hmm. But still a little advanced for a 6-year-old.
Yeah. I feel like if she was really like an expert at survival, she'd be a lot more calculating.
She'd be so much better
than what she actually is.
So yeah, it doesn't line up, her being like, guys, I was so cool. I grew up in the darkness. Like, when she said that, I was like, I had to put the book down for a second because I'm like, you were there for like, what, a month? And she's like, I grew up in the darkness, guys. I'm so cool. She's like, remember, I grew up here. And then walks.
My backyard.
She's like, watch out for that sinkhole.
Didn't she say like, oh, we might like run into these creatures?
And then they never
did. Then they never did.
Or they might have. They skipped over that entire part of the book, actually.
Yeah.
She has more mod abilities than what's normal, making her the most powerful mod in the world, and yet the network didn't want to use her.
Yeah, it's because she's dumb. It's also because like the leader of the network can literally like break someone's mind.
That is true, yeah.
That was kind of crazy, actually.
But it seems like they would have like wanted Jim to like, I don't know. I guess I didn't know entirely.
I don't know.
Everything that she could do, which makes sense. But I'm just like, if she's so cool, why wasn't any of that shown in any natural way? She like, every time she could have shown her like badassery, she just told us instead of like actually showing us.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm so cool. Guys, like, watch this, Mom. Yeah, she's just so cool, and she's like the coolest main female character you'll ever meet. Okay, guys, forget about Katniss. Forget about Aelin. Ren. Ren's cooler than all of them.
No one will ever be Aelin for me.
Dear Lord, no.
Truly.
She also wallows a lot. Which, okay, I'm not saying that you can't have a powerful female main character that doesn't show emotion. Like, you can have that. I think the way you utilize that, though, is really important. Mm-hmm. But we have Ren here who, like, every 5 seconds, she's like, I'm so cool. Like, I'm the best ever. And then she says things like, I'm a broken, pathetic girl who's all alone in this broken, pathetic world.
Well, girl, you had a best friend, but
kind of.
You messed that one up yourself.
So bad. Okay, no, I don't even want to talk about that.
Is it on one of our points?
No, I didn't even write it down.
Oh my gosh.
We can have like
another reason Ren sucks.
Ren sucks because like the whole thing with her best friend. She left behind her best friend. And like
she's a mod. I don't know if we established
that. Her best friend's a mod. And I'm not saying her best friend is super great either. But like Ren,
she's just trying to live her life.
Yeah, Ren basically just like cut and run.
And then her friend just gets sent to the mines for like hard labor because she got caught being a mod.
Because like Ren was like, I don't want her to die. I'll send her to a labor camp. I put down the book and told my best friend where I'm like, if you had the option to send me to a labor camp where I will be stuck in for the rest of my life and you have no plan to get me out, or send me to death, what would you do? And she was like, I don't know, send you to death? Like, that sounds horrible. I'm like, thank you. Yeah. Like, she was like, if I had a plan, I would, like, choose a labor camp, because then I'd be like, I can get you out.
I know it's gonna come back up, and she'll probably, like, go, like, help her friend escape, but throughout the book, like, Ren makes bad decisions that, like, put her friend and the resistance movement that her friend's in danger, and then she, like, keeps trying to connect with her friend telepathically.
And her friend's, like, I think at some point, just, like, she should just send, like, please shut up. Like,
yeah.
Stop bugging me.
She's like, I can't, like...
I can't do anything for you.
I can't do it. She's like, Ren's like, the resistance needs me. Like, you have to, like, tell them to get, like, my uncle out. And it's like, your uncle's not a part of the resistance movement at this point. Like, the resistance movement is bigger than one person, unless you're Katniss Everdeen.
Let's highlight some other quotes, because they made me feel giggly. I'm in a room full of people, yet I'm completely alone. I've always been alone, even with Jim in my life. The loneliness never abated. I wish I had parents. Sorry? Well, first of all, screw Uncle Jim, I guess.
I guess, for, like, raising her and, like, teaching her how to survive. The burn thing was crazy, but, like...
That was insane.
Low-key valid?
I can see where... I don't think Jem knew how to raise a child. And then he had a child throughout him, and he was like, she has a burn hot water.
Yeah.
Which, okay, like, it's not good.
It's not good.
But, like, I can understand what led to that moment.
Yeah.
There is also, nobody cares about me. Tana's dealing with her own troubles. The network doesn't care about my existence. Correct. Those two things are correct. That doesn't mean nobody cares about you. She's just a pathetic girl all alone in this broken, pathetic world.
It's also like she's not really a part of the resistance, and she's done nothing.
She's never been.
To help
and she just is like, I'm a part of you guys. And you're like, no, you're not. Go away.
She, like, repeatedly, like, puts them at risk. It's hilarious.
Oh my gosh, it's so bad. And then let's speak more on her wishy-washiness. Because it is...
I don't want to talk about it.
So painful. Because, like, she literally, every 5 seconds, she's like, I'm on the side for the mods. Like, I'm here for the mods. I can't do anything to support the... What are they called? Primes. And then she, like, starts to get to know a couple primes. And she's like, they're my friends. Yeah. Forget about the mods. I'm pretty sure at one point she was like, who even cares about the mods? Like, I can do this forever. And I'm like, I'm sorry. What?
Pick a side. Pick a lane. Like...
Yeah.
Be, like, true neutral. Like, have a character alignment, and you can be true neutral and be like, hey, the mods are out there, the resistance movement's out there, but I am in Silver Black right now, and this is how I have to survive. Because I'm only in it for me.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure there's just, like, one character, like, this one side character, I don't even think his name's, like, worth mentioning, but, like, she was talking about how much she, like, liked him, but she, liked him as a friend, he was, like, a good person to hang out with, but she's like, I mean, he's, like, killed people, but, like, he's a good guy.
I don't think she, like, read the waiver when she signed up.
I don't think they gave her a waiver, though. I think they're just like, whoop.
But, like, what do you expect?
Sorry? And, yeah. And again, this isn't saying that, like, she's not allowed to have complex feelings. Because if you have a main character who doesn't have complex feelings, that's boring. But the just back and forth, there was no progression of anything. It just was like, oh, my people are oppressed, but these guys are kind of cool, but they're oppressing my people, but I like hanging out with them.
Yeah. You can also, like, have a reluctant hero.
Yeah.
Like Katniss.
Yeah.
Or Aelin, because I love her.
You can have, like, I think it could have been really interesting if you had this person who's, like, thrown into this situation and who was like, I like being here. I like being with these people, and that causes me a lot of anguish. Yeah. But instead you just get this, like, they suck. They're great. Yeah. They suck.
And then, like, you can have that moment when you're like, oh, shoot, like, this situation's bigger than me.
Yeah.
Because both, like, Katniss had that, where she was like, this resistance movement revolves around me. Like, I do need to step it up.
Yeah.
And then you have Aelin, who was like, oh, shoot, I just can't be an assassin anymore.
Yeah.
And this situation is bigger than, like, just the king.
Yeah.
And I need to step it up.
And yet, there's Ren.
And yet... Nevertheless, she persisted.
She did.
Not well.
No.
But she did.
One thing, did you notice that? Did you notice the nicknames she always gave people?
I didn't, actually. I really did not.
It stuck out to me so bad. Because she was like, Mr. Muscles here. And then literally 50 pages later, she was like, Miss Muscles. So there's like...
That's so funny.
And, like, she called across like, Mr. Chatty in the middle of relations. She's like, you're Mr. Chatty now? Like, every 5 minutes, she was like, bring up, like, Mr. whatever character trait. And I'm just like, it was painful to me. Once or twice, fine.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. But it was just, like, so painfully a thing. And I think what really got me was the reuse of Muscles, like her always saying like Mr. Muscles or Miss Muscles, like
that's because they have nothing else going
they
for
have
that.
Nothing else.
Doesn't like Cross call her Sparrow?
Or no, that's Cross calls her Dove.
Cross calls her Dove. Okay, it was another bird name
really
that
random.
Has no relation.
Usually like Dove. And there wasn't even like a moment of like, that's not my name.
Yeah.
Or like teasing. She's just like, weird how he calls me that.
My like new ick in books has truly become nicknames because they're so bad.
I think a lot of them are just so forced. I think nicknames can be so good when they're done right. Like Ravi calling Pip Sergeant. Peak. I love a good nickname like Wise Girl and Seaweed Brain. Like things like that where there's like a reason for it happening and not just the author being like, I have to include a nickname.
Yeah.
What's like the cutest nickname I can include? And
but if you think about those examples, like those are all so unique and like niche. But then you have like Dove, which you could argue is unique, but it's really not.
But it's like not. She tried to do what Stephanie Garber did in Caraval, where Julian called her Crimson to get on her nerves. I think that was done well because her name's Scarlet and he was like, okay, Crimson. And she's like, that's not my name. And she like got all mad about it. And then he did it to egg her on.
Fair.
Because he wanted her attention. Like, that's literally what it was. And I feel like that was done well. They were cute. I love Scarlet and Julian. But like this, he was just like, Dove. And she had no reaction to it whatsoever. And it was just a thing.
It was a thing.
It pissed me off.
Did not enjoy.
In this entire book, I'm pretty sure we get 0 character descriptions.
Oh my gosh, that's so true.
So I made my coworker read this book because I wanted to torture him. And he mentioned that to me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you were right. So we looked up fan art and it was like...
Is it all over the place?
No, there was like one singular piece of fan art, I swear.
Because I feel like Cross is probably described somewhere in there.
The only thing is described is his tattoos.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's crazy.
I don't know.
Lydia gives off blonde hair vibes.
I assume she's redhead just because I assume every Lydia is a redhead.
Oh.
From Teen Wolf.
That's so funny.
So this is them.
That's nice, I guess. I don't know.
Cool.
Never like guy.
Never described once. That pissed me off. Why are you gonna write a romance book without describing any of the characters? Do you have anything else to say about our lovely, lovely Ren?
I think if she was in my class, I would not have liked her.
She pissed me off so bad. She's a pick-me.
Yeah.
She's a pick-me girl.
I think I would drop out because of her. Like, I can't do
Mom,
your
I can't
personality.
do this.
Like, Like, if I were in a training exercise and I knew that my partner purposely lost it
I'd
for
be
us,
so pissed.
I would be so mad.
Oh my gosh.
And like, yeah, she's just annoying.
That would have been actually so bad. She's definitely one of those girls too who thinks she's friends with you, who like thinks that you like her in the friend way,
Because
that she likes you.
everyone likes her.
Because everyone likes her. And then you're sitting there and she's talking to you and you're just like, dear God, please let this end.
Yeah.
And then you go home and complain to your mom. You're like, oh my gosh, Mom, you'll never guess what Ren did today.
I think what would also do me in is like, I totally would clock that the captain and her are getting it on, right? I would be so mad because I'd be like, are you kidding me? This is the reason that she's in this freaking elite program that I have worked for my whole life. Not that like anyone's not that the primes are on the right side or anything, but
I can understand some of their feelings.
if I were Liddy, you know, I'd turn her in too.
Theory, Liddy didn't like her the entire time.
Oh my
And
God.
she just wanted her to get away from her. And Ren was like, no, we're best friends. And Liddy was like, I never said that.
We've never talked before in our entire lives.
She's like, I don't know what I did to get stuck with you. And so like the second she had to like turn her in, she was like, thank God. Guys, she's elite, or she's Ahmad. Oh,
Liddy turning her in was insane.
That was crazy. I wasn't expecting that.
But I feel like it makes sense.
It makes sense.
Liddy had her convictions for being there. Again.
It shows the kind of people that she's with right now. Like, it shows how, like, they don't like her. They don't like the mods. Like, they are there to hunt down the mods. They have a fear of the mods.
Right.
And so when they find out, you can't just, like, come up with a half-assed reason.
Which I will say, like, I couldn't have come up with that reason. Like, it wasn't, like, a bad explanation
She
as
did
far as, like,
pretty good. That was her smartest
on
moment.
the spot lies go. Because I would have just been like, yep, take me. Like,
kind of like, oh, man. To be fair, I wouldn't have been in that situation in the first place.
yeah,
You know?
I would not have healed my scar to show my red mark for my whole
So
unit.
dumb. Just because a boy you liked said he wanted to see it.
Did he say it? Is that what it? Is that why
There
she
was
did
like
it?
something weird of like, why are you covering it? Or
Yeah, it was like a trust thing.
like, it was.
But I was like,
It was a
why
really
didn't-
stupid thing.
Yeah.
And then he got mad when she.
Yeah, I was like, how do you not trust her? You've been talking to this girl since like you were like 8, 12, 8, 10? I don't know.
Some age.
Moving on.
Moving on, we have Kane versus Cross. There is a very obvious winner, and that is Kane. I rated this book 1.5 stars. That 0.5 is for Kane.
I rated this book 2 stars, and that star is for Kane. He's the best character in this whole book.
And okay, he had a great personality, but like, I'm gonna acknowledge my bias. I always love the sarcastic male best friend, okay? Kenji, best part of Shatter Me. I'm trying to think of like all the others. Like Leo from Heroes of Olympus, he was my favorite.
Okay, I love Jem Carstairs. You know this.
Yes.
But Will Herondale, like you just can't. I chose Jem, but like you really can't choose between the two.
Yeah.
Will is perfection.
Like the sarcastic male character is everything to me and always has been. So I acknowledge my bias here when it comes to the tall, broody main male character and then like the sarcastic friend. I will always choose a sarcastic friend. Literally always. This has been a constant theme in my life, okay?
I mean, it's almost like you like characters that have personality.
I do. I don't like the broody male character. And in this scenario, Cross was
a cardboard box.
he was a cardboard box.
Like, you could put a cutout of a man, like, cardboard cutout of a man in the corner, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, that is Cross from Silver Elite.
He had less personality than my childhood friend's cardboard cutout of 4 that she had in her room.
Also, he could be a cardboard cutout because we don't know what he looks like.
That is true. He could be a box. We don't know. I'm going to highlight some of Cross's bad dialogue here.
Oh no!
Which I have 4 examples if you want to trade off with me.
Oh gosh.
Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
I don't think it'll matter. I'm gonna laugh at these either way.
Okay, I'll start. I'm trembling with anger. I'm not joining the command. It's either that or one of the labor camps. Fine, I picked the labor camp. You don't have a choice in the matter. Then why did you make it seem like labor was an option? Why did you cross?
It's mind games. They're starting already. How did you get into elite? Someone calls out. The look Cross levels him with is ice cold. Recruit 18, did I say you could speak? He's greeted with silence. Oh, now you're shy. Answer the question. Did I give you permission to speak? The shamefaced boy ducks his head. No, sir. Then shut up. It's annoying how turned on I am hearing him cut the guy down.
It's just like the way he says, did I say you could speak? No, then shut the F up. And then like, moves on. Just like so aggressive. I'm like, okay. She was really trying to be, oh my gosh, she was literally trying to recreate 4 in that one moment in the beginning of Divergent when like Christina spoke out of turn and he was like, did I say you could speak? And she's like,
listen, no. I read Divergent like 6 years ago. I
read it in 5th grade. Okay, next quote. A strangled sob escapes his throat. Darlington, what? I'm so hot for you, I can't think straight anymore. I know the feeling. I don't know that feeling. Please stop. You're making me uncomfortable. But you do get the best line. Congratulations.
I didn't even realize that. I like skimmed through them when you asked me.
I didn't know the order they were in. I figured I'd start.
I almost cried when I read this.
I knew this one was in it too because I had read Heather McLary's video and she said she was liking Silver Elite up until that point, and then she DNF'd it. And I was like, so I'm concerned that you're liking it at all, but I'm glad you DNF'd it. Anyways.
For context on this scene, Ren is in the hallway leaving a room, and Cross is going into the room to see his brother. Not his like crazy brother, the younger one. This is the older brother.
Totally normal guy.
So they're like out and about.
They're in public.
Yeah. I haven't seen you all day, he accuses. You've been off base all day, I remind him. You're right, it's my fault. He inches me toward the wall, his voice lowering into a wicked pitch. I've been a bad boy.
He's about to start calling her mommy.
I almost threw my Kindle across the room, but I didn't because I love my Kindle too much.
I highlighted it and created like a thing out of it. I don't know. Kindle has like an option when you're on your like phone and you highlight something, you can send it and it creates like a aesthetic like quote thing.
That was so cool though,
actually. And I made it out of that.
But does that mean it's now highlighted on my Kindle? Thank you, Maddie, because I think you highlighted another quote.
Oh, I highlighted all of these. These were all from my highlights. You're welcome.
Oh my gosh, now I need to check my Goodreads. Is it in my Goodreads?
No, it's on my mom's.
Oh, okay.
Because I connected it through her account.
I hope she finds them one day.
Because it's so funny because all of the other like things that have highlights in it are like Christian books. And like
that's so funny.
Self-help. And then you have Silver Elite.
I've been a bad boy. That's what you can tell her. Maddie, what is this? What are you highlighting?
I've been a bad boy.
It's for BookTube.
So the author tried to create a lot of chemistry between Cross and Ren, which, as you can see from those few lines, did not succeed. It was very forced. Everything that she had between them was just very forced. You could see what she was trying to do, but she did not have the skill set to do it. I think that's just, in the end, what it is. Mm-hmm. However, she did naturally create chemistry between Kate and Ren, which I find so funny. I don't even know why Cross and Ren started hooking up.
I don't.
They're just they're hot.
Yeah.
I want to get in his
pants. Which, I feel like it could have been a decent slow burn.
It could have been a great slow burn, I think, especially once you find out that he's Wolf. I think that's when the romance could have started sparking off.
And that could have been your cliffhanger for book 1.
Yeah.
If you wanted to keep it like a dystopian romance, that could have been your cliffhanger.
Yep. But nobody in the publishing industry knows what slow burn is anymore.
Mm-hmm. You know who does, though? Mangakas.
Yeah, nothing between Cross and Ren made any sense, and it was purely sexual. There was no chemistry, and I think it's so painful to me when, like, you call something a romance and, like, that's the relationship. Because I'm like, that's not, no, okay? Like, it doesn't make me feel anything.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you guys are just, like, horny. Like, congrats. I don't care. But, like, where's the yearning? Where's the banter? Where's the...
Kane.
He's helping her learn how to shoot with his arms wrapped around her. Where is it?
Where is it? I don't know. My other thing is, this is a spoiler for the end of the book, but you find out that Kane is actually, like, the ace pilot for the Resistance.
That was the coolest thing ever.
He's hot. You guys have chemistry. He's a freaking pilot. His name's actually Grayson. Like,
pilots are hot.
Pilots are.
Pilots
That's
are
just
hot.
like a known fact.
Sorry.
In, like, books, right? Like, you're telling me.
You say hotshot pilot, I'm automatically gonna have a crush on them. Guy,
100%.
girl, whatever. You know they're cocky, you know they're sarcastic, and you know they're hot.
But you also know that they get the job done.
They do. They're a little reckless about it, but they do it.
Yeah. No notes on
That was, like,
Kane.
the coolest reveal, actually.
I know. I think I texted my coworker. I was like, what do you mean, like, she's not with Kane? Like, what do you mean, like, Kane's a pilot, and he's attractive, and he's right there in front of her with chemistry, and she goes to Cross.
She does
Like,
that thing.
What do you mean? He should have been Wolf.
Oh my gosh, her interactions were so fun with Kane.
They were.
Like, ever since the beginning, they were just, like, fun, bantery. They had actual tension at some point.
They did.
And some of that tension happened while she was seeing Cross. So I definitely think Ren would cheat. I think Ren would be a cheater.
I am curious what's going to happen in book 2. I feel like they're going to introduce a love triangle,
I think once Danny Francis sees how people feel about her and Kane, she's going to introduce a love triangle. I don't think that was her original plan, but I can totally see them.
That's interesting.
Being like Ren and
I definitely thought that was her original plan because Cross is back at the base and he's, like, in front of her.
Fair. That's a good point.
So, what did you think when you thought he died?
I was like, I didn't believe it. Because I'm like, Danny Francis doesn't have the complexities to pull this off. I remember texting you and I'm like, he's not dead. But that also might have just been my denial because he was the only good part of the book.
It was so funny because I texted someone and I was like, what do you mean he gets an off-screen death?
Like, he's literally not off-screen.
What do you mean she doesn't even, like, cry for him, really?
She's like, aw, I liked him. She just, like, treats him like a pet.
Yeah.
I liked him. Anyways, I have a hot boyfriend.
Shame that was a trap.
What are you gonna do?
Nothing now. He's dead. Turns out he's not, and he's a hotshot pilot. And
Hotshot pilot. What? Name one thing to get me to read a book.
Yeah.
Hotshot pilot.
Also, name one thing that, like, Cross has done for, like, the good of the world.
0. Okay, I think the reason Danny Francis didn't have her be with Kane or create that romance was because the current trend happening right now with the big broody main male character and also the commander and student trend happening right now. Because, like, first of all, that shouldn't be a trend. It's low-key predatory. But, like, Rebecca Yarros does it well enough. No one will do it like Veronica Roth. But this relationship was weird.
Yeah.
And I think Danny Francis was trying to be like Rebecca Yarros. And
that's fair.
She couldn't succeed.
I tend to always tie things back to Throne of Glass.
Me tying everything in this video back to Divergent.
I am a Rowan apologist.
Like, Rowan's, like, broody, but he shows emotion.
He does. He has growth.
He has growth.
He's just, like, you know that he's, like, a warrior, but you're also like, oh, like, I kind of want to protect you.
Yeah, he's kind of BBG.
He kind of is.
Yeah. I feel like if you're gonna have a broody main male character, you also have to make him BBG for me to like him. Or else I'm just gonna think he's toxic.
Because, like, Aelin could tell Rowan to do anything. He's like, done.
He's like, yes, ma'am.
Anything for you, my queen.
He used to be such a simp.
Yeah.
But, like, Cross is like...
Cross would never.
She's hot, I guess.
Yeah. There's no, like, mutual respect there.
There isn't.
Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe. The relationship, it's like... And that could go along with, like, it being forced and her just wanting to keep it, like, hot and sexy. but there's nothing there. There's nothing of substance there.
Yeah.
Outside the bedroom, I guess, but like the scenes were
It
bad.
was great.
Yeah, everything there is just really weird. And like she tries for banter, but I do think it ends up becoming more toxic than anything else.
I think that's fair. Yeah. Yeah.
No bueno. What else did I write? Kane has actual emotion and affection, and Cross doesn't until the big wolf reveal. And then he's like, do you want to meet my mom?
Oh wait, no,
that was before.
Yeah, because then that's when she saw the picture.
Which like, it's actually crazy to me how they go from just hooking out to being like, do you want to go on a date?
Yeah.
And I'm like, that was random.
Oh, there's like that one cave scene.
Yeah, and then she meets his mom. And then,
that was still before.
Yeah.
To me, like, Wolf and Cross are two different characters.
100%. Like, I knew Wolf had to be somebody. My top 3 theories were Cross, Ro, and Kane. I
actually thought it was going to be Ro.
That would have been so funny.
I think, like, that would have been such a good twist. Like, I think that would have been an insane
But then you would have
twist.
had a love triangle between brothers, and that is never good.
That's so fair. I think I would have really liked it if Ro was Wolf, and, like, he just hates himself for being modified. But, like, him and Ren are friends. And they just stay friends. And, like, that's all it is.
I think that could have been well done. Because I don't think her relationship with Wolf was necessarily romantic.
I think like, that's so fair. They met as kids.
They were friends. It's like having a pen pal. There was just something super platonic and kind of wholesome with her relationship with Wolf that I really liked. And, like, automatically I'm like, oh my gosh, she's going to turn this into a love interest. But I think it would have been good to keep it platonic. Yeah. Because, hey guys, did you know, and this is a crazy, crazy thing, did you know that guys and girls are allowed to be friends?
It's true.
With no horniness involved. I know it's kind of a crazy concept, but it is true.
Everyone in this book was in fact horny.
Yeah, blatantly. It was bad.
Blatantly.
Okay, do you have anything else to say about Cross and Kane?
Shout out to Kane for bringing my review up to 2 stars.
Congratulations, Kane. You made this more bearable.
You're a real one.
Okay, this is, I think, my favorite category. Dystopian romance or Rotopian? TM. I trademarked that. That's my term.
Okay.
It's not a good term, but...
I like it.
I did the best I could trying to combine romance and dystopian. I've said it before, and I will say it again. I think having a Rotopian or dystopian romance goes against the very point of dystopians. I just have a lot of mixed feelings when I heard that this was like a romantasy but dystopian. I'm like, okay.
I know like Danny Francis wanted to do specifically a dystopian romance. Like that was the whole reason for writing the book.
Well, it wasn't even a dystopian romance. She said, I've never read a smutty dystopian.
Oh, that's what, yep. It's because they like actually like don't need to be on shelves.
Don't need to be.
And I stand by that.
Yeah, like, okay, like a dystopian with romance isn't bad. Okay, you see it all the time. So well done. I love a good dystopian with a romance, okay? Like, that used to be my thing. That was the main genre I read. If it was dystopian and it had a romance, I would read it. That's why I loved Marie Lu's books so much. But when you have a specifically, like, dystopian romance where the romance is, like, more important than the actual plot, you erase everything that makes it a dystopian.
I think that's fair.
And also, like, a smutty dystopian is weird.
Yeah. I mean, I think, like, you could maybe pull it off if the point was, like, you're using it, like, as an escape.
Yeah.
Arguably.
Yeah. I just think that, like, dystopians, like, are meant for social messaging and surround injustice. So to erase part of that, to have people just having sex.
That's so valid.
For people who want smut, like, you can read smut, okay, fine. I'm not judging anybody for reading that. I read smut, it's fine. But when you're, like, covering these, like, a genre meant for social commentary, to include that, you are erasing a vital part of the genre that you are trying to write in, and it's kind of weird.
That is so valid. I never thought about it like that. So
yeah.
That's a really good point.
Because, like, dystopians are, like, it's not, like, fantasy, okay? Like, you can have a fantasy world that doesn't have much, like, social injustice. It's a fantasy world. Like, you can kind of do whatever you want with fantasy. If you want to write a romantasy, cool. Like, that's okay. But, like, dystopian, I just think, has its own standards, especially today in the world that we are living in which dystopians from the past are becoming, like, super relevant today. Like, dystopians have a reason to be written, and it's not for smut. Like, and you can have a dystopian book that includes sex, because I think Divergent touches on that. And it's kind of in a different way, because, like, Tris, like, part of the plot is, like, Tris is, like, scared of intimacy. And, like, she finally gets into a point in her relationship with Floor near the end of the series where she's, like, able to, like, overcome that fear, which, like, plays another thing into her only having 6 fears. Like, there's a whole thing surrounding it. And, like, that one wasn't explicit, but, like, if it was, it would have made sense, and, like, would have been fine with it, but, like, it was a YA book, so. Yeah. So you can have, like, that in dystopian, as long as you don't do what Janie Francis did and erase the dystopian part of dystopian.
Yeah.
So, like, that's, like, my rant on dystopian romance. Like, doing, like, a smutty dystopian just for romance, and you just want to, like, focus on the romance instead of the dystopian, that's weird. And, like, even, like, science fiction smut's different, because you have, like, Ice Planet Barbarians. Oh my gosh.
I know someone who read that.
Heather McLeary loves that series. I know, it's, like, fine. Like, you can include the, like, smut in space. Do whatever you want. But when you're specifically a dystopian, dystopians are different than your everyday genre. And that's my 2 cents. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that was good. Like I said, I did not think about it like that.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you brought it up, because that is a really good point. That's interesting, because she does bring up the labor camps.
She does. But it does feel
but
very
it doesn't, like,
second
do anything
thought.
with
Yeah.
it. Shout out to Suzanne Collins for single-handedly keeping the dystopian genre alive.
Literally.
And if you're complaining that Sunrise on the Reaping is too political,
get help.
Check yourself.
Writing a smutty dystopian isn't hot.
Yeah.
It's weird. Okay? Like, and it's like if Katniss and Beta, like, got it on in the Hunger Games, or, like, one of those books, cool. Like, it would have felt like fan service, but, like, whatever, because you do a good job doing literally everything else.
Hunger Games is also interesting because, like, it does touch on the sexualization of characters.
With,
like, you
Finnick.
have Finnick. Even in Sunrise on the Reaping,
I haven't read
a
that
little
one yet,
bit.
but I can imagine.
And just, like, the way that the tributes are paraded around, like, it still talks about sexualization. Obviously, like, that's way different than what smut is.
Yeah.
But bringing up, like...
it's not like it's a completely ignored topic within the world. It's just viewed differently because it needs to be when you're writing a dystopian.
Yeah.
It's just... I just have so many issues. When I heard that Dani Francis had blatantly said, I've never read a dystopian with smut, so I wanted to write that, I immediately knew I did not like this author. Because, like, I just don't think I don't think you understand what dystopian is. I have some highlight reels with some quotes that I thought I would include after that deep conversation. As much as I try to deny it, I can't ignore the truth any longer. I am hopelessly infatuated with Cross Redden. You know what that reminds me of? I am hopelessly irrevocably in love with him from Twilight. Literally that. Dani Francis saw that. She was like, I want that in my book.
So,
you're welcome.
I realize I'm still touching his bare chest and can't help but stroke his heavy pecs. He makes a sound of contentment.
He's a bird.
What does heavy pecs mean?
They're heavy.
Like,
he's tits.
Like, what is happening in the scene?
I like the sound of contentment because it literally makes me think he's trilling like a bird.
He's like hooting.
Like when you see videos of like birds or like owls like being petted and they like make that sound, that's what I pictured him coming out of his mouth in that moment. This is I think my favorite quote in the entire book. His bare ass taunts me. It also taunts my nightmares.
Like, as an editor, as you're reading this, like, when you come across a line like that, like, tell me truthfully.
Take that out. Take that out right
like,
now.
what is your first impression?
Take that out right now. My response is, so we're not publishing this.
Yeah. This book, like, I do not annotate. I don't. I never have.
Yeah.
This book almost made me, like, I found, like, these little stickers that you can get and put in books where it's, like, it makes faces. This was on my Kindle, but I was like, maybe I need to get this for, like, future reads. I think they might have stamps, too. But stickers for sure.
Perfect, actually. I feel like, imagine, like, being so much of a hate reader that you buy the book and annotate it. Yeah. We will be at that point.
And I look into that.
And I think, like, a touch, like, a small topic, because I feel like in every quote it is very obvious. The writing is horrible. The writing, I think, is some of the worst writing I've ever read. The descriptions are horrible. The lines are choppy. And, yeah.
Do you want to know what's funny, though? I think I read this book. I read it in over the span of a few days. Mm-hmm. But I was, like, kind of grinding on it. Because I was like, this is not great, but, like, I need to read, too. I need to know what happens. Yeah. And then I had to, like, check myself, and I was like, Megan, like, why are you doing this to yourself? And I was like, no, I need to push through. I need to read this.
This book took me so painfully long to read. Actually, if you want to see me reading it, it's in one of my reading vlogs.
I watched that vlog.
I know you did.
I was like, I need to know.
I don't even remember what it was. I just read 3 books. Yeah, I don't remember which one it was. It was the same one I read The Pairing in, though. And Legends and Lattes, which is horrible to put The Pairing, this perfect book, in the same category as Really, but it did unfortunately happen. Are you ready for our last category? Yeah. Which I think is my favorite, actually.
I will say I haven't, like, dug into too many theories.
I've only seen a couple. I tried to, like, look at it broadly, but most of these are, like, my own thoughts. Let's dive into who is the author. If you don't know, Dani Francis is in fact a pen name, which I will note here that it is totally valid to have a pen name, and I'm not saying that you need to reveal yourself at all. I think, like, if you want to write under an anonymous name and never reveal yourself ever, cool. Like, it is your right to do that, and I don't think we should ever force anybody to, like, reveal their identity, including Dani Francis. Like, we should not bully them in any way whatsoever to reveal themselves. However, I do think it's funny, the amount of theories surrounding who is Dani Francis. And I've seen just, like, many people saying, like, it has to be someone we know.
I think that's so fair. I think they did confirm, from what I saw, they did confirm that it is a previous New York Times bestselling author. And they also said they're Canadian.
Which I'm also like, that's super easy to lie about if you really don't want to reveal yourself, to just say you're Canadian and move on. But I did not take the Canadian thing into account with my theories because of that.
That's okay.
My theories are fun.
Okay, why do you think they use a pen name in the first place?
I think if it's a best-selling author, they are most likely writing under a pen name because it's a different genre from which they typically write in. And because they're trying something new, if they don't want to lose fans, they're gonna want to write under a pen name just to save their current reputation, and to, like, not alienate their fans, because they're, like, known for one thing and then their fans are like, what are you doing? I think it could also be, I've seen some things saying it was like a mid-lister.
Oh, interesting.
Where they probably wouldn't continue to be picked up by publishers. So they wanted to try something else under a different name that they think it would do better. I think that's a valid thought. I don't think that's necessarily it, though, because this book was, like, pushed.
Right. And a little bit of beef is like, if you're gonna have a pen name, like, why are you telling us that it was like the previous, like, it obviously
you're making it a
hypes
game,
it up.
yeah.
And that it does kind of make it a little bit of fun. Yeah. So I do understand that. Yeah. So I guess I can't, fully say like, whatever. But
I will say my number one theory goes along with none of these, in that this book was written by AI.
If someone told me this book was written by AI, I'd be like, yeah.
Checks out.
I can see it. This is why we still need like actual artists nowadays.
These lines are horrible. Everything was so bad.
I will say, like, despite all of this talk, I'm looking forward to the next book.
I don't know if I'm gonna read it. I think if you read it,
I'll read it for you.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I think.
'Cause I don't know if I can put myself through that.
That's so fair.
But if you give me a reason to read it, I will read it.
Because I hate it, Maddie.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
And my thing is, like, I don't hate a lot of books. I really do not. And I don't DNF a lot of books.
No. But...
So...
I also don't DNF, like, ever. So I think this is a really good reason to have this series, is so we can put our anger out there into the world, since we don't have the ability to DNF. Yeah. We don't have the strength to DNF, guys.
But, like, shout out to authors for pursuing their passions.
Yeah.
Like...
You know what? You're a published author.
Get your bag.
You are making honestly, a lot of money right now.
Get your bag.
Another theory I really liked was Danny Francis is a man. James Patterson?
Is that the first male author that came to mind?
Yes.
Oh.
Because, like, I feel like it makes sense.
It's so funny that I asked you that, because then I was like, wait, what's another male author?
The only one I can ever think of is, like... Brandon Sanderson and Rick Riordan.
Yeah. It's not Brandon Sanderson. I've never read Brandon Sanderson, but I've never heard a bad thing about him. And I know that he also...
Rick and Branson did not write this.
Because I think they also both know how to do romance. Because Brandon Sanderson, I've heard, doesn't do it a lot. Side note, Mistborn's on my list for this year.
Ooh. I think he does it more side plot and slow burn. And then, so I know I'm going to love it.
Like, we all know Rick Riordan knows romance.
He knows romance, yeah. But I think Danny Francis being a man is kind of
iconic.
I think,
dare I say,
it's logical. Because, like, you think about it, why would you write under a pen name? Because you're writing in a female-dominated category. I mean, I feel like a lot of us, if we're if we categorize this with romantasy, for like romantasy written by a man, no.
Yeah.
So I feel like if a guy wanted to try his hand at this genre, it would make sense for him to use a pen name. If that's the case, please don't write ever again.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, that was
after we just said go after your passions.
Oops.
And get your bag.
Oops. Another really good theory that I saw on Threads from Gabrielle and the Cats, iconic username, by the way, was my unhinged author theory is that Danny Francis is a New York Times bestselling author before a completely different category, like picture books or nonfiction. Maybe Rick Atkinson got tired of writing history books and decided to try something completely different. Maybe Mo Williams got tired of the pigeon's antics. And I thought
so funny.
Can you imagine if it is like a children's book writer? They're like, I want to try this, but like I can't write this under my name because like you're known for like Mo Williams, like, you know, if you're so iconic for this one thing, then like,
yeah,
I really like that theory.
I like that theory too.
I think it's a fun theory.
And then like you're kind of saving face like as a children's book author.
Yeah, because you don't want the parents to be like associating you with that. So yeah, I think it makes sense. What if it's J.K. Rowling?
Okay. Side note, kind of makes sense because she, at this point in time, she would definitely need to use a pen name in order to like actually get another book to sell.
Yep.
So
she's also used a pen name before.
Oh, really?
She's written a mystery series about a guy that dresses as a woman to kill people. Interesting. The reception of that was not good.
I can imagine.
She's not a good person.
She's not great with that stuff.
So if it was J.K. Rowling, I think it would make a lot of sense because the writing, I don't think J.K. Rowling's that good of a writer. I think she just wrote the right thing at the right time.
The diversity line would make so much sense.
The diversity line would make a lot of sense. And I think it would make, like, obviously her using a pen name to save face would also make a lot of sense. If she wants to continue writing, especially something that is currently trending, I could see it.
Yeah, I don't think it's her.
I don't think it is, but I could see it. I wouldn't be surprised.
Other than Harry Potter, like, are her other books, do they all take place in the UK?
Oh, shoot, I don't know. I guess I didn't take that into consideration. The fact that they probably would, yeah.
Yeah, but I guess if they're, like, a Canadian author, still kind of used, supposedly, if Danny Francis is in fact Canadian.
But I think it would also make sense considering there's no, like, mention of the fact that it is in the United States, just the map.
That's true. And, like, literally all dystopians just...
They always take place in the United States. Colleen Hoover.
I don't know enough about her. I've never read a Colleen Hoover
I guess
book.
I haven't either, but I could see it.
Yeah.
Like, even the lines that I've seen from her.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yep. That would go in line with everything you said.
I also don't, like, Colleen Hoover fans don't hate me for this, but I'm like, maybe it could be Colleen Hoover because of, like, oh, but they're, like, a New York Times bestselling author. Because, like, dare I say, she's, like, kind of a cloud chaser.
1000%.
I was on a Reddit thread that listed quite a few romance authors.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I don't know a lot about them. I did see Elle Kennedy's name thrown out there. I don't think I've read an Elle Kennedy
I haven't.
book.
I do want to.
I feel like Elle Kennedy's, like, not a bad author, though. But again, I don't know enough about her.
I don't know anything. I just know that I'm pretty sure the series, the Off-Campus.
Yeah, that one's, like so
super
popular.
Spicy. So I guess it would make sense for her to move. Apparently Carly Fortune's Canadian. I haven't read any of her books, but I've heard really good things, so I doubt it. And it could very well be just, like, somebody I've never even, like, read before.
Yeah. I mean, like the Threads person said, it is, like, not out of the realm of possibility that they are totally different.
I have a theory. It's by the author who wrote the creepy I Love You Forever book. It's a cute book. I always think it's creepy, though, because I don't know.
Really?
It always just creeps me out.
I have not heard of that book. I've heard Elsie Silver. That was one.
I've never read an Elsie Silver book, but I could see it. It's actually...
Okay, so Elsie Silver. So Elle Kennedy, I guess, is Canadian and has written under a pen name before.
Okay.
Elsie Silver is Canadian and has the same agent, but Elsie has confirmed it's not her on Threads.
I love how she had to
This
do
is
that.
a really great Reddit thread, by the way. It's just under fantasy romance.
I love that.
Silver Elite Danny Francis is a pen name. It's kind of fun to dive into.
Or the author of the Babysitters Club.
Oh gosh.
Could you
That's
imagine?
hilarious.
Can you imagine if we actually guess it right? Like, if we mention whoever it is in this video, and then they see this video and they're like, they're on to me. Just kidding. No authors are watching this video.
Okay, this one says, this one's going back to the man theory. It's from someone on Reddit. And it says, I also believe it's a male author who openly makes fun of romantasy readers, but is also so jealous of the female authors and their motive, or in their movie and series deals, that they decided they wanted a piece of the pie.
I think it could make sense.
I think that makes sense. There are really good female authors out there, so very deserving of, like,
And
their
there's-
movie and book deals.
There's good male authors too, I guess.
There are, yeah.
Let us know what books you guys want us to hate read for this series. We do have a couple in mind for future videos. We need to, like, get to them because you DNF'd one of them. I haven't. I feel like actually most of the videos are going to be about books that Megan read that she made me read.
You have free will. You can decline.
I am actually way too easily convinced to do things to have free will.
I do need to have someone to go through the same experience as
Exactly.
me.
And it can't be my brother. So
no.
thank you guys so much for watching. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe below. And I will see you whenever I see you, I guess. Bye.